You want to give me a big clap?
That's my down, set, go hike. Down, set,
Oh,
go.
there you go.
I gotta let everybody hear it.
Presents the Parkway Motors Game of the Week as the Trinity Classical Academy Knights take on the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals. Trinity Classical Academy, since they only have 17 players suited up for tonight, it's a full-depth squad, seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, so senior leadership is important. You touched on it a moment ago. In the shotgun. Blitz coming, Miller's going to throw deep, and that's a mistake as Ian Caddo has his second interception of the game. He is racing down the sideline as one man to beat, and he's going to beat him. Ian Caddo is going to take it the length of the field. I'm not sure how far he went.
Apparently Caddo thinks he can play every position.
My son Ian, our daughter Hannah, and Lily all played multiple sports at Trinity. I knew early on when we started the school that we would want something like that for our kids, wanted them to have the whole experience for all of our students. And the Lord has been gracious to allow just that. Because we only had elementary sports, you would have thought every game we won was like the Super Bowl.
One of the more memorable ones was the first time the 8-man football team didn't get mercied. You're getting beat so bad, they called the game. Well, it was one time that we didn't get mercied, and we were so ecstatic over that we went to the pizza place after that, celebrating that we didn't get mercied. Very shortly after that, we scored. That was another high. We scored. And very shortly after that, we won. To have that trajectory of success, through perseverance and the building of the programs. All those programs started as idea with parent coaches and input, but a lot of humility at the beginning, the learning years, the growing years, building of the program, and then to have some success with those same kids was great.
We had a lot of very good family memories, really built very meaningful relationships with the other families.
Those initial days, it was all about joining CIF, which is the governing body that oversees all of sports, high school sports in California. We needed to figure out how to get into the club, if you will. We quickly learned at that time that the requirement was a male and female sport for each season. So we needed 6 sports. So we were like, okay, we don't have that many kids. We don't have that many students. What kind of teams can we fill? And that's where I think that pioneering and entrepreneurial spirit was alive and well.
The school is so small. We had 10 kids that ended up graduating in our senior class.
When softball season came around, they're like, we need all the girls we can get. I'm like, okay, I'll saddle up. It gave a little sense of camaraderie because you're almost doing it for your friends. Well, thank you. You played soccer for me so we could field a team. I'm gonna play softball for you so that we can field a team for you.
Just playing sports in general in high school was important to me. Obviously there was no high school at Trinity, and so the idea of playing high school sports was up in the air. It was a bit of a fantasy at the time. We weren't sure what was gonna happen. Was Trinity gonna be able to field teams? And so I went to my dad, I was like, I wanna play basketball and baseball and play high school sports. My dad's a big sports guy as well. He realized that the academics were more important than sports, that he was like, you know what? We're going to stay at Trinity, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make high school sports happen for you at Trinity. And so we kind of helped trailblaze that to start the sports programs at Trinity, which is really special to me to have been able to be a part of that and to help be one of those founding families.
My daughter and my niece wanted to do cheer. Unfortunately, Trinity didn't have cheer because everything was at the beginning, and it was the biggest blessing of my life. All the young ladies that I got to share life with. I mean, literally, I could tell you that each one of them became my daughters.
Starting anything, the school, athletic programs, the cheer, it's not easy, a huge commitment. And then you realize afterwards, or maybe sometimes during, that it is a blessing, and it was fruitful.
always playing bigger schools than us, always. Thousands of kids. Everything comes with a David and Goliath kind of story on the whole thing. We need you on the team. We want you to shoot. We want you to swing. That's been a great relationship with our teams and the kids because they know that they need me.
Some of the great highlights here at Trinity is when Ian Caddo hit a three-pointer to win the game in overtime against our rivals.
All right, Caddo's got it. For three.
Why would it end any other way? Why would it end any other way?
When those moments happen, it's such a witness because every single one of them have doubted themselves, but they've been onto the stage. Seeing kids at Trinity who have made their first basket ever in their lives in a Trinity jersey, first home run, first touchdown, it's really great to be a witness of that.
Yeah, my dad was a coach, so I grew up around sports, and I love them all. My varsity coach had said at our banquet, he was talking about me, and he said, if this player, whenever he's done playing, there's a spot for him on my coaching staff. And we kind of looked at each other like, who's he talking about? And then he said my name, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
But that will do it. Trinity Classical Academy is your CIF Southern Section 5 AA champions. Head coach James DeMonbrun in his first year owns a CIF Southern Section title.
Just so neat to see Kelly Lutz and Lily Caddo, those two athletes, what they've been able to do, and then all the role players who play a special part in this team. Katie Brown on the boards, Malia Duarte with her defense, Leathers who can shoot the three.
We were very fortunate in our first year. Like I said, I had a great group, and we won the CIF championship, went to the state tournament, and ended up winning the state championship. So it was kind of a storybook first year. Such a source of joy for them that year and for me.
Do you like to play sports or like to run and jump and do whatever you like to do? Do you like to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I just like running around and getting my energy out and stuff.
I like to do that too, especially before you go in the classroom. Your teachers will appreciate that. Yeah.
There was a big game that actually got featured nationally for our basketball team when we had Bo Howell, who was on our basketball team, and Bo is part of our Imago Dei school, and he got to play. He got in, and the other team saw Bo and wanted to get him a shot. They wanted to hand him the ball, and they wanted to let him get that basket.
It was the CIF Southern Section Division VI Boys Basketball Championship. Trinity led by 23, thanks to Ian Caddo's school record time 37 points in the game. Knights head coach John Brooks then put into the game freshman Bo Howell, a special needs student with developmental delays who serves primarily as the team's manager. And then Bo got the game ball and was named player of the game.
It was just such a special moment that you saw that became bigger than just, sports. This is not all about individual stats. This is about an individual. When I talk about successes, it's all of those things. And the Lord shapes you through it. I'll never forget, we had a speaker come in. He had this student who was an excellent student. And he came up to him and in a true, excellent student way, "Oh, well, how can I be a better student?" And he said, I looked at him and I said, "You should play football." And he was so confused, like, well, why would I play football? Like, I'm asking how to be a better student. He's like, yeah, you need to be a well-rounded person. You might actually need to go get hit. You might need to deal with failure in something you're not good at, because that is now going to shape the type of person that you are. Maybe you need to go fail at something to see how are you going to deal with adversity. That is inevitable in your life.
Okay, you might have a focus sport, like a feature sport that you're really good at, but we always wanted for them to be as a servant on another team. They were there to help.
Students learn the value of investing in something and growing in something and giving of yourself to something, even if it's not your most favorite thing in the world. That's such important training for life. You're not going to serve your church in all of the ways that you are the superstar at. You're not going to serve your family in all of the ways that you are elite at. But your church needs you, your family needs you, your community needs you in all kinds of ways that you don't naturally delight in giving.
Doing things that I'm uncomfortable with and how to tackle those. I think that sports, you're often asked to do things you really don't want to do. Teaching me how to be in uncomfortable spaces to allow me to grow with Christ and my friends. And then that adds to the way that I live life now.
I actually love that Trinity had us do everything. They encourage you to value the things that come through every area, because sports isn't something I stuck to long term, but it was something that I really learned to appreciate.
Athletics are really important because they teach you how to work as a team. I think paid dividends later on, because as I now lead a team in like the corporate world, it's the same skills. It's coaching people when they do something that's not the right decision. It's, giving them encouragement when they feel like they can't, get to the next step. Giving teams a vision. And so I think that all of those things were very important, and those things were on the soccer field and now are, still part of my life now.
I'd like to attend athletics mostly because I think that it builds a lot of rapport and a lot of good connection with students, that you're willing to go and sacrifice some of your time to go watch them play X, Y, or Z sport. And it carries a lot of weight there. It's just really great to go see students do something outside of the academic sphere and thrive in that area.
We are teachers. We teach the game. Our academic faculty, they teach subjects. But we're all taking a different angle at helping shape a young person. Okay, we didn't get the grade we wanted. Did we study? Did we take notes? Did we review? Did we do all the things that we were supposed to do in order to perform well? Well, athletics is no different. Did you practice? Did you pay attention? Did you know the scouting report?
Academics shape our mind. Athletics shape our body. And music and art shapes our soul. We are called to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. We could sit in a classroom and talk about justice and fairness and virtue and all these high-minded things that are good, that are worthwhile. But what does that look like when you're out playing a game, playing basketball, and you lose? When your emotion sets in, and I have to train my body and my mind and my soul to kind of all come together to go, we just lost on a buzzer beater, and I'm not super excited about that.
Deep breaths. You see what I mean about the emotion of the game. Take a deep breath and do the things you've been coached to do. We're doing great things, right? It's a basketball game. Continue to play basketball, right? One simple play at a time. Good? All right, let's go.
I went to every single game. I'm always wanted to play. Come on, why the coach does put him to play? But at the same time, God was working on us, because Lucas, he was in the teams not only to play, but to helping the guys to, come on, we good, like supporting everybody and teaching them about the Bible. And we didn't know about that until my coach award is for Lucas Amaro, not because of the sports part, but because of the way he helps this team.
He was a chaplain of the team, and we had no idea either. But these kids actually, they become spiritual. They become a family. They love each other.
First and foremost, I love you greatly. Secondly, you're my captain. You're my leader. So don't take offense when I'm subbing you out. We're trying to win. Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I believe in a meritocracy.
I believe in you. So let's go.
Coaching's hard because every kid is different and they all respond to things differently. You have more leeway to do different things, like I said, if they know that you care.
When we bring in our coaches, who I believe are our pillars, they're the first ones out there, they're the first ones with the families, they're with the student athletes longer than their teachers or sometimes even their families.
These aren't just any coaches. These are Christ-loving coaches that will push us to be better men in life. You might not be the best athlete, but you can be a great leader. You might not be the best athlete, but you can be the smartest one on the field. You can be the best athlete, but you can't be the best leader, and that's okay, because everybody has their strengths and purposes on a field and on a team.
We lost the game, and it probably wasn't the right time to ask the question, but I just totally started asking spiritual questions. But it was really cool that I could do that, you know what I mean? I felt safe and secure that My coaches who are really good at coaching and really good at their sport were also strong men that I could look up to. You know what I mean? And they mentored me.
They want you to improve. If they see something that you're lacking in, they will help you through that, teach you how to do it, and see you improve in it, and that just makes them feel amazing.
In life, we need community. Even in the Bible, we're meant to be living life with one another and holding each other accountable and lifting each other up. And I think what we're saying we want to produce, we want to also exhibit.
And the first thing I tell them is, guys, I don't care if we win or lose every game. And I'm a coach. It's weird to hear a coach say, I don't care if we win or lose. And I say it in the context of, if we lose every single game and you all choose to follow Christ and end up in heaven for all of eternity, that's what I care about. Now, we're not youth group. We are a basketball team. So let's go get good at basketball and let's go compete and let's go honor him in the area that he gave us a passion for with great attitude and great effort. We're trying to help shape who they are. And that starts with who they are in Christ and their identity.
People did it because they wanted to do it, not because it was a job.
And it was wonderful to see other adults pouring into your kids, loving on your kids, teaching them life skills, other people that your kids could confide in and be encouraged by. It gives the kids a lot of different leadership opportunities.
If we're an ace and you see the backers staying more over the box, I think that speed out vert would work really well because that corner bails and that out is going to be there every time.
I would say that I learned the most from my failure. Leadership is an amazing thing. It's also a very challenging thing. It's definitely not an easy task, but that's why we do hard things, because it creates character. And character is what we have as humans. Having courage through hard times when you're losing a game or you're behind. There's times when you're going to need courage to get up and move on and execute the next play. You're going to have a family. You're going to have kids. You're going to have a wife that you need to provide for. And what are you going to do when you get beat down and pushed to the ground? What are you going to do? Are you going to step up or are you going to stay down?
I think that Trinity cultivated leadership by giving us so many opportunities to lead. During high school, I joined the swim team, and everyone will stand around the pool and cheer for every single event, like no matter who's swimming.
It was just cool to be in a different environment with them, like outside of school. It was fun to get hype for each other. Yeah, my parents and my sisters played a big role in keeping me motivated to keep going and doing my best in everything that I was doing.
Uniting on a single purpose with other people brings people closer together. To wear that Trinity logo is like, yeah, we're Trinity. You know what I mean?
I mean, my hope is that people look at us and go, there's something different about them. And after the game, with a smile, win or lose, just go, hey, great game. We don't care who you are. We're going to pray with you after the game. So we link arms with them at half court, public, private, doesn't matter. And we tell them, we say, guys, we serve a great God. And I know that the Lord used tonight. I don't know what he did, but he's always using it for his good and his glory.
Have you ever been to a Trinity sporting event?
Yeah.
Yeah? What sport?
The homecoming.
You went to the football homecoming? Did you ever look at the players out there and see, wow, I want to be them one day? You did? What does that jersey represent? What does the Trinity jersey mean to you?
It means basically our school, and I'm representing our school.
Yeah, we're representing God in our school, and we're representing God through our school, right?
Some of the best stories, I think, were just watching those kids compete. Not just your own kids, but seeing some of the other kids come out of their shell.
If you love and trust the people you're surrounded by, it helps you do things more afraid. It just builds the ability for you to stand strong and proud and brave and comfortable and confident. And I don't know that these kids would have done that without Trinity and the way that they really kind of structure their programs in doing that.
I think it's one thing to work together with someone in a classroom, and it's a different experience to work together with someone on the court or on the field. Just the idea of her working with her classmates in the classroom and that they're growing as, students and individuals and learners, and then that same group of kids gets to go to the court and they get to work hard together and hustle and struggle and go through the wins and losses that you do with any competition.
I saw a young girl become a mature young lady before our eyes, and I saw a little bit of competitiveness, a little bit of fierceness.
You don't know you're changing their hearts for Christ. Years down the road, when you get a letter or you get invited to their wedding, you impacted their life in such a way that they honor you with being part of their special moments.
The momentum is growing It's something that people are going to want to be a part of. And if you're a believer and you have a passion for athletics, this is a real option for you. And it's only going to continue to get better because players want to play with players. And success breeds success. People always want to be a part of something good, and there's good things happening here.